Welcome to our OnlyFans.
So, I mean,
Getting that intimate vibe.
good lighting setup for it. You know, I feel like I should get contracted to set up lighting for OnlyFans people. I think that may be a nice side hustle. I got a wedding to pay for, so
hit your boy up.
I'm taking on some different avenues of income.
I'm sure there's a subreddit that could supply you with this kind of demand.
I mean, ring lights are so dope now that I feel
True.
like it's not a job anymore.
Yeah, but people want that cinematic content. You know,
Okay.
that's what we're paying for.
All right, hard switch. We were talking about this earlier. We're gonna get right into today's episode.
Okay.
Cinematic. Is it a mindset? That is the question.
Yeah. Totally. 100%. It's like I'll be walking Winston down the street, just going to get a coffee. But if you turn on that, like, you know, cinematic mode, if you will, then it's all of a sudden you're like looking at like windows differently. You're looking at like shapes differently. You're just like,
light's a big one.
Yeah, like framing everything. And it's like, ooh, the way the like street lamps are falling on the street is cool. Like everything. So I really think it's like a mode that you actually put your mind into 100% hands down.
I think that there are characteristics of a picture, and I'm not just talking like video. I'm talking about or photo
Like
and
stills?
video. It's just
Frames.
there's an aesthetic that people have put in affiliation with the word cinematic. So we're talking like,
Yeah, us included probably.
I'll say for sure, forever. Like maybe even like 3 years ago, it'd been like, yeah, a little bit of a crush shadows, creamy highlights, the way things are framed, always horizontal, probably like 16:9. Those are things that you kind of put together in your mind as cinematic. But it 100% is a mindset, and I agree with you.
Have you switched? Like, I definitely hold a lot of things vertically when filming, but I don't think that's a good point that you have. Have you ever like set up a cinematic frame vertically first?
For photos, for sure.
True.
Like,
Yeah, I guess that's a must.
yeah, you have to. Like, I would definitely in photos. I think I'm having a difficulty right now with the vertical video. Obviously, it's taken over social media, and like it's almost impossible to not consider shooting things vertically now because you know where it's going to live, whether it be on Instagram Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts. It's kind of just like habitual now.
Totally.
But
yeah.
it's the cinematic eye and like taste and mindset is not necessarily transferable into the vertical landscape. That sounds so funny, but in the vertical realm, it's not. Fuck. It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. So there's times where, for example, I do some photo like words today, brother. Words. I do some content creation for a chain of restaurants, and right now they're trying to transition away from photos and get more into the reels, and as every other business is. And that's fine because I do have like a deep film background. You know, we've been making films forever. And they're like, yeah, we want like cinematic, like restaurant videos. I'm like, cool. Those have never existed. So, you know, like I don't want to like just watch a bunch of like Daniel Schiffer videos and cut a bunch of like slow ramp
whip pan
montages. Nothing against Daniel Schiffer. He created that niche of video, but it's just not my style. And I'm very precious, maybe too precious about video, where like I always just want to make tender, beautiful shit. But when a restaurant's like, yo, make cinematic IG reels, I'm like, how do you do that? So today I was doing like coffee montages, which is like, I could just watch again a Peter McKinnon video and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is how we do it. I did do that. But then as I'm making it, as soon as I turn my camera vertical, it's like I forgot how to make movies again. Yeah. I was like, how does light work? Like, where should my light be? Like, what am I doing here? But when it's photos, I can immediately get into the zone. But video, I'm having a hard time switching always into vertical mode.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. And I don't know, I can't put my finger on what that is when you like, I think it's just like once you shrink the frame so much in that like kind of 9:16 aspect ratio, it like kind of limits you to like what you can do, I guess, and how you can play with the full frame.
Definitely. Like composition, your whole concept of composition is flipped upside down, or 90 degrees, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, it's like having to reframe your brain. And there are some people who do it really well. I've been watching a lot of beautiful Instagram reels lately that are, the composition is gorgeous. However, you can tell some of them are just repurposed, like typical like 16:9 videos that are just punched in a lot. And there's obviously just some beautiful imagery, but it's tough. I feel like I always have to like center frame everything to make it look good or look decent. And center framing is so boring. Like I remember the video I just sent you on YouTube by, I can't remember what that YouTube channel is. It's an amazing YouTube channel, but essentially they break down like different film scenes or different, like different tactics on filmmaking and composition. And one was about Drive, the movie Drive.
Oh, yeah. Every frame is a painting.
Exactly. Yes. Every frame is a painting. Thank you. Thank you. You could have helped me so long
Dude,
ago.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
Thank you.
Maybe it's my feet in your face that's throwing you off.
It's the smell, buddy.
Do you think people are taking us seriously so far? Or they're just like...
I don't know. Yeah, so if you're listening and not watching, we are lying on a couch together, and you're gonna have to just come on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to. We're sharing a couch right now, lying
even
down.
on Spotify, you just pop this thing open. You can see us right now.
Hey, this is our faces. What's good? Anyways, every frame is a painting. They broke down Drive, and they were really dissecting how the composition in some things there would be different stories happening in different quadrants of the frame. Like you'd have, say it's a conversation piece, and there's two people, and the one that has a little kid. In the top two frames, you have seen the conversation going on, but then on the bottom frame, you see the kid being held by his mother, and the way that that kid is reacting to the top frames tells a completely different story and a different feel. And then, for example, or another one, there's a scene where there's a lot of negative empty space in one shot, and you're like, oh, why this shot is so awkward? Why is there so much empty space behind him? And then you find out 30 seconds later in the same shot, someone walks in. So you're creating intentions and you're creating notions that something's going to happen in these spaces. Where in vertical framing and composition, it's like,
you don't really get that option,
bro. It's like top frame, bottom frame, or like center. And like honestly, I'm in the place where I'm just center framing a lot of shit.
But even that, like, so I'm starting to create some YouTube shorts right now, and if you pull up like your save guide. Of like same thing on Instagram and whatever, where the like and the comment and where your username is going to be on Instagram, that completely destroys.
Ooh, good point.
You lose like the top third and the bottom third of your frame, so you have to center frame everything. So you can't really play that much with these things.
Interesting. And even too, like on TikTok and Instagram Reels, on the right side, there's that bar of like icons where you can like it or share it, and you lose that bit too.
That's exactly
what
I'm talking
about.
It's
not even like center framing anymore. It's like pushed off a little bit to the left even too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's bizarre. I don't really like it.
Fucking sucks.
I'm at the place again where I was last year. Maybe it's a winter thing that I just like leave or gravitate towards one sort of thing. And right now that's YouTube, and I'm just like, I don't have time for Instagram. I'm like fluctuating with either deleting it entirely or trying to become an influencer. There's never an in between.
It's always that dichotomy that we ride. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not going anywhere, so we might as well just get really good at it, I guess. We could be purists. We could be like, no, film is never dying. Fucking horizontal forever. But clients don't. They want what's new. They want what's fresh.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course.
But I don't know. I feel like the challenge alone is also interesting, and it's enough for. This contradicts completely with how we were talking about vertical videos like 6 months ago. We were like, no, everything sucks. Everything's well. Now it's like, well, all right, well, here, this is it. This is what we're doing now. And, YouTube Shorts now is also, they're paying people through YouTube Shorts now. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
That's big. And why is that big for you?
Well, it's because you get to collect some revenue off of it.
For sure.
And it's a huge thing for YouTube to be able to like become partners just through shorts. So they're really just driving that this year to make. I think it's not that. I think it's like 45% or something. I don't want to say numbers because I'm probably wrong, but it is a very positive thing that they're starting to pay for views and stuff. And
Absolutely, because there's a lot of YouTube channels that have garnished almost their entire growth through YouTube Shorts. Like I think of like Colin Samir, they were pioneers of creating shorts almost every single day, and their following just skyrocketed. And they've made even videos about how YouTube Shorts changed the trajectory of their channel. And now they're doing great things. They're doing big things, which is amazing. You know? I think of even like a local guy, Anthony Gugliotta, is that his name?
Yeah, he kills it on shorts.
Yeah, just tech review camera guy and nice guy. He's from our hometown. Shout out to Pickering. What's up? And you know, his YouTube Shorts actually gained a lot more views than his like static videos in his channel. And now someone like him can actually make, you know, hopefully a decent amount, a chunk of money and ownership and viewership through these shorts that he does really well. So I think that is a good area of growth for YouTube.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting year.
Definitely.
I don't really want to talk about vertical video anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty over it too. I'm pretty over it. What I really wanted to talk about though was friendship. I'll talk about friendship for a second. Not our friendship. Kind of about our friendship. What's your thought on working with friends? I'm going to keep it as blunt as that is.
What's my thought with working with friends? If the price is right.
Why is it about money, bro, right away?
Well, it's tricky, I guess, but money is definitely a factor within that. Generally, my rule of thumb, I guess, is I have to be invested first.
Like the idea?
Yeah, like if I don't like the idea, then it has to be a money thing, I guess. Like if I can't see it being like a fun thing, say if it's like a corporate event or something, then it's just like, sure, it's fun working with friends, but also like there's that double-edged sword of like you're expecting them to do more because they're your friends. So it's like
true that.
And I've been in that position on both ends of the spectrum, like expecting people to do that. So like, because of that preconceived notion that you'll fall into, the money kind of has to be there.
Right.
For that.
Right. That makes sense.
Maybe that's a weird stance to take, but that's maybe the one I'm going to take today.
Dude, hey, you know what? That is a valid stance for sure. Cool. I was thinking even like simpler. I don't know, like you got right into it. I'm like, that's great. That's a good stance to have. I think that, so I'm going to peel it back a little bit and go for the simple way.
Okay.
I think there is just this overall notion that working with friends can be a little dicey, a little rocky, because there's a clash of egos that could happen. There's can be disagreements that could also bleed into your friendship. There's also expectations, like you were saying, like, you know, because it is still work, there are expectations that need to be met. And so now you're trying to balance your friendship, but also the professional world, and trying to find, we struggle with this too, like business and then friendship, and having to like dial in between the two of them.
Totally.
But we've been doing it so long that it feels second nature now. Like I don't even bat an eye when you ask me to like work on a film with you or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my general overall perspective on working with friends, and when people say that you shouldn't, I personally think that you just don't have good enough friends and like viable, trusting,
or relationships
or relationships. Thank you. That's it too. Like your community is there to like vouch for you and work hard for you, and they want to uphold your name as much as they want to uphold their own. And if you're surrounded by good people and good team, and they're your friends, it becomes fun. And then also in general too, just it's a great experience. And then one of the best feelings is getting your circle to eat. Everyone can eat, right?
Totally.
It's like, if I get paid, I want all my friends to also get paid, and I want to work with my friends and let them like propel their career to a different level as well, as they would do the same thing for me.
Totally. Yeah.
So like we've made a lot of projects in 2022 with friends, and it was one of the best years in terms of the stuff that we've made. But caveat, we've definitely been put in tricky situations where we agree to work with friends and it does fall flat because we didn't do enough time and investing in like loving a concept or loving an idea or like really agreeing with the basis and the foundation of a project.
My mind immediately goes back to like our fresh us starting to work together. Like our relationship was pretty solid, but any like quote unquote friend that would be like, whoa, you guys are dope, let's start working, like making music videos and stuff. So many of those projects, it was like friend vibes, but the relationships didn't stack up, the money didn't stack up, like everything was just kind of mismatched. No great lead, essentially.
And great direction. And yeah, like it's music videos are already notoriously poor when it comes to paying their vendors, you know, like there's not a lot of money in music video creation or like brand artist development period. All the money goes towards the label or obviously in the artist's hands. So when it comes to the paying down the pyramid of things, the creators for their image kind of already trickle to the bottom. So money already very scarce in that industry, but now you're mixing in for friends and you're starting to do favors, and it's tricky because it's a lot of work. Specifically music videos, it's a lot of work, especially the music videos that we would want to make. You know, the concepts were grand and we didn't have the gear, the budget, the help to do so. And then you get into situations where you have this grandiose idea and then you make it and it's nothing like it. And now you've disappointed your friend who didn't pay you enough and like funded enough. So now it's like this situation where you're like, I don't know. It's like the Spider-Man meme where it's like, it's your fault. Is it my fault? Is your fault? Whose fault is it?
Yeah, not enough hands in the pre-pro, in the production, and then at the end you're like, well, I did as much as I could with the budget that was provided. So
yeah.
But I think it's like a trial and error of like we've done that numerous times to be like, okay, how do we finesse this to actually get like a good product? Well, one of those ways is actually like caring up front about the project and the outcome, and also like leveling off your ideas to be like, well, you know, this is a grandiose idea, but let's pull it back because let's make it actually doable and like do that the best we possibly can.
For sure. And it's good to dream. Like you can definitely dream big, and it's really important actually for any kind of growth and have these grand ideas, but there is a realism, and like you have to come back down to reality to understand what you can actually afford to make, because it's true, like money does dictate the quality of something, like not the quality, the delivery of something, of a project. You know, like say like, you know, you wanted this beautifully shot video that's all in slow-mo, and then you only have like a Rebel 2.1i where it doesn't even shoot more than 4 frames per second. You obviously now need a camera that can shoot higher frame rates, but if you can't afford to get a camera with a frame rate, then obviously the idea is already kiboshed. It's already in the shits. So that is a really poor and archaic example. But
I don't
know why my mind went there. I'm triggered by like us making videos at 18. I'm like, but can a Rebel T1i,
like the 60D and stuff.
The 60.
I'm trying to pull it back to like just in general. I think, and maybe this is just from my experience, where it's just like not crazy budget stuff. It's more so passion projects that I've worked on with friends. And I think that's why I'm saying like simplifying the idea, because it leads to a sense of respect of working with your friends. And that is, I think, something that you can't pass on when you're working with people that you have a good relationship with. Like you have to bring that respect in, with the caveat of like, you know, I'm going to respect even somebody that I don't know, but even more so when I bring like you on or somebody, or I'm getting brought on, like I hope that's just a more thought of piece of the puzzle to be like, I know they're not going to waste my time. I'm here for a purpose. It's not just like I'm putting in my hours just for a paycheck kind of thing.
I think another way to even decide if this is something you would want to get into work with your friends is identifying like communication styles. You know, just because you're friends and you have a good relationship, if your communication styles are very different, maybe one's more blunt and one's more a illustrative, very flowery, or like people can't be very direct with one another, that can be very troublesome for a production of something, right?
Totally.
So for like you and I, because we've known each other for so long, like there are moments that we don't ever snap at each other ever, never on set. We're like always
Never on set.
never on set. Only when we're driving through the east coast of Canada and you're getting me lost and not being a good fucking navigator.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Touchy subject.
touchy subject. But like on set, I ask you something, you say, "Yep, got it," or "copy," or whatever.
Yeah.
And the same thing, you ask me for something, and we can just communicate, and we know how that style works. But you know, maybe someone isn't really good at absorbing direct conversation or like leaning into asks, or you know, it just communication styles can be very very diverse on set. And if your friends aren't down to have a very similar conversation style or communication style, it will fall apart too. And identifying that early on as possible is really important for the overall success of the project.
Yeah, that's a really great one that I didn't even think of. If we had to create like a little checklist, I don't want to put us on the spot, but I kind of am by saying that. But I would say that is definitely something like going into a project. What would you be like? Okay, we need to tackle a communication style. So if I just yell at you, like, go get me a light stand, you're not going to be like, oh my God, he didn't say please. It's just like,
is he mad at me?
Yeah.
Fuck this guy. You know what? Fuck him.
No, it's just like all in set, you know?
Yep, exactly. Another one would be, do you even like the idea?
Yeah.
Are
Before
you-
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
number one.
Is it a favor or is it something that is
Ooh.
collaborative that you actually want to make? That's another
Yeah.
big one. We could have a whole episode on that.
Totally. Like establishing where your position is. Are you helping hands or are you trying to get in? Are they asking you to like creatively help and lead?
Yeah, exactly. And that dictates on how much work you can offer, because there is only so much free work that you can give even to like your friends, you know? Like
Yeah.
if my friend's like, yeah, I need you to DP something, but the budget's always this, one, I'll try and shrink the deliverable just so we can make it equal. But then two, if it's something that I actually really like the concept of, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, because I also want this for my portfolio, and I also
Yeah.
want to help you because you're my friend.
Yeah.
But
A
you gotta
win-win
love the idea.
scenario.
Exactly, win-win scenario. Is it a win-win scenario? Is your communication styles on point? What's another one? Give a third one just for the peeps.
I don't think I have the third one. Maybe conflict, how to tackle conflict,
Yes,
because it's kind of inevitable. And maybe establish boundaries.
boundaries. That's a really good one,
Yeah.
actually.
Like for me, a lot of times it's Winston, and I feel a lot of respect when people bring me into projects. Like I have to look after a dog, so when I'm on like 12-hour days or 14-hour days, I got to take a break somewhere in there and let him go to the bathroom. And I feel a ton of respect when somebody's like, "Yo, our dinner's right here. You can go home and feed your dog, and we'll all be at this location when you come back." And I'm like, "Perfect, great, thanks."
Awesome. We've
Yeah.
done that a few times.
Exactly.
Actually. Yeah. Another big one in terms of, what did you just say?
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Boundaries around delivery expectations.
Oh yeah.
That's a huge one
with
too.
friends.
With friends specifically.
Extended.
Because if a client is paying you, like, we need this in 2 weeks, like fully wrapped, it's like, you got it. You're paying
Yeah.
me the client. But if my friend's like, yo, we got to shoot this, and then I also want this by like tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, come on. come on now. You're not paying me enough.
Bring the
You're not paying
respect.
me. You got to respect my time, because I'm taking so much time out of my life, which is money. But also, I want to donate to you because I care about you. But you also got to have some leeway on the delivery time, because, you know, we're doing this out of passion and to help each other out of respect and love for one another. So understanding what the expectation on the delivery is, and also not getting rinsed too of like too many deliverables, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Big time.
You know, it's like, yeah, just do a music video. It's like, cool. It's like, cool. I also want 7 different videos for TikTok. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, fire.
Great, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Can definitely do those cut downs.
Yeah. So quick little recap on the 4. It's, do you even like the project? Is it like a win-win for both people?
Yeah.
Establishing communication styles
And what your role is.
and what your role is. boundaries, just like relationship boundaries and also personal boundaries, but then and also understanding and giving flexibility on the expectations around deliverables.
Mm-hmm.
Big ones. Boom. Pretty not bad for being on the spot.
Yeah. And that goes for like, I feel like we hovered a lot around like more so lower budget, like friendly passion projects with friends, but that goes the exact same way with like big budget stuff that your friends are working on too.
Yeah.
Like it's just a good starting place, I think.
For sure. I always want to hire friends. At the end of the day, like I always want to hire my friends and bring them on.
Totally.
And the ones, my friends that I do work with are the ones that respect me, respect my time, and also we respect what we've done for each other, you know, and we all just collectively want to make something really cool. And yeah, that's it.
Big time.
Big time, man.
I can't feel my feet.
Yeah, dude, my feet are going numb too.
My foot is numb.
This is not this was a cool idea or a funny idea until we got here. And how many minutes are we?
Yeah, my back kind of hurts. Let's just wrap it.
Nah, we got to do our segment. Bring it back. All right. Before we tap out, you already know one thing that is helping you with your process right now, whether it's in your work, your life, lifestyle, personal. What's the thing?
Oh man, I got a good one.
Hit me.
Okay, so the other day I went to Staples, get some printer ink, classic office supplies.
Dude, I love Staples.
It's actually like low key pretty good. I got a nice candle there, which I never thought. I'm like, Staples with candles?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Love a good pen.
I got myself exactly that. A really dope, nice, fine tip pen.
Nice.
So shout out to Sharpie for making, I think it's like 0.3.
Ooh, good one.
So it's like not too fine. But yeah, it just really ups the like journal entry game.
Sick.
Yeah, it's a really good feeling to like put pen to paper. It's the beginning of the year. Been doing a lot of like, not resolution, I don't really like that word, but like, just a lot of writing and recapping and things to look forward to throughout the year and things I want to work on. So
amazing.
Yeah, mine is a good old
just a pen. Yeah. Mine is also tactile related as well.
Ooh.
You know me, I love writing things down, but sometimes my brain doesn't.
Is yours a pen too?
Kind of, not really. It's I always have planners and shit, but mine are usually like gigantic. Yeah. And when I bring them to meetings, people always make fun of me for having gigantic planners, and like half the time
a binder.
And the days are like empty because so my thing is when I don't have anything written in those days, those are my editing days. Those are the days where I'm at a computer and I'm just like crushing.
You don't need to know that.
I don't need to know it. But because my planners are always so big and I whip them out at meetings, they're like, hey, look at this. You don't have much going on, do you? You have like a couple meetings? Like, dude, bug off. Yeah. Screw off. So now I got this really sleek one from Muji that's like maybe the size of my hand.
Muji's nice too.
I got a pretty big hand, but like it's, I don't know. It's
like pocketable. That looks pocketable.
Almost pocketable. It's about like 12 inches, something like that.
Okay.
Not too small, not too big, but the quality on it is really nice. Like not leather, but it's just plush. Ooh. And it looks so nice that I like bringing it around. I like the way it's broken down where it's by weeks and there's a nice chunk where I can write in each day what my day is going to be like, and pretty detailed too. And then there's also some striped lines. What I'm getting at is that I love planners. I don't really like using my phone, even though it's helpful. Yeah. But having a planner with me at all times where I can write down allows me to also check out from being on like spending so much time on my phone.
Yeah.
And being very intentional about scheduling my life and like seeing and writing it down to paper just allows me to absorb it more and soak it in.
Definitely.
What I need to do. Definitely. Versus like setting a bunch of alarms. And now it's part of like my routine. Like I wake up, have water, have coffee, and I look at my planner. I'm like, cool, this is what I got going on for the day or for the week. And if it's task oriented, I'm going to use Notion. Like I will use that kind of stuff.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that.
Yeah.
Get tactile, folks.
Yeah. Get tactile. Drop the phone. Get off. Turn off this podcast and go outside. Go.
All right.
I'm on a wave today, man. Yeah. I'm a little bit tired.
Okay, let's end it there.
We'll end it. Anyways, you know where to find us. Find us Spotify, YouTube videos. Oh, check out Spenny T. He's got a bunch of YouTube shorts coming.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel.
February, baby.
That's it. And enjoy. And all right. I'm uncomfortable now.
See ya.
Back hurts.
Oh my gosh.
Love you. Bye.